Samuel 22 and verse 43 says, how is my strength and power, and maketh my way perfect, maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that the bow of steel is broken by my arms.
Right.
Yeah, there's a spiritual power. When King David trusted the Most High, the Most High is the power that makes him a lot of things. Because when you read up in verse 30, it says, for by thee I have run through a troop, by my power have I leaped over a wall. So you see, trusting the Most High gave you the spiritual power to run through a troop and to leap over a wall.
Same thing when he killed Goliath also.
God,
That's
yeah.
right. And say break a steel bow, arrow.
Yep.
You know, you break arrow with arm.
Yeah, God.
I know the arrow come probably was flying. He couldn't just break an arrow, but you know, he could have do it. But he probably flying.
Flying
And the
from
most
the
high
Jesus.
Nancy vision too.
Yep.
So when he see it, he just knocks it away.
God.
You see? That imagine the scripture. The scripture say, without vision, the city perish.
Perish.
And you read the scripture, you have to imagine.
And,
You know?
and those were most people that read the Bible lack, you know, a vision,
Vision.
right? You know, because if you read the scriptures and they're breaking down to you correctly, all right, you should already picture what you're reading, all right?
The most high got to give you that blessing. The most high has to open your mind to see that. You know? To see that vision. Because this Bible is a vision. You see? The entire Bible is a vision. You know? And that come back pretty quick. Then in this movie 300, when all the arrows was in the United Shield, and he makes it, and he breaks
Rub
it.
them up.
God. What I was about to say was with Moab, when you watch the Moab movies, you know, we call them the Bush movies, the Bush Chinese.
Mm.
You see how Moab just be breaking these arrows, these spears with a bare hand. You know, they pick from what our forefathers have done.
That's right.
You know, they get a depiction and put it in movies, you know, to make money.
I'm putting Eden's face towards it.
Yeah, you can.
They want us to know that we are actually the descendants of those people.
Yep.
You know, they want us to think that hey, we just used to we used to tie a string around our waist. Our women used to run with their titties out. It was never Israel. We had beautiful garments
Can.
and robes.
Yep.
Alright? We and them Africans are not the same.
Yep.
We are not Africans. We are the Israelites. We are royalty. Or we stem out of a royal line.
Yep.
We come out of the house of kings and
That's right.
priests.
That's right, huh?
Right? We dress with royalty. We wear our garments was pure linen, pure cotton, pure gold, the richest stones, and so forth. Right? Nobody was discontinued from our heritage. You see?
Yep.
And our people been beat down by Esau, Edom. They can't even imagine that. Alright? For you to imagine that the Most High had to give you that spirit.
Yep.
Can.
Right? But Esau don't want us to know them things. Esau don't want us to know that we rule in the Dark Ages, the medieval period. You know, unto this day, over in Europe, they worship images of so-called Negroes. The tribe of Judah. Right? They still get them. They worship them. Because our people once ruled Europe. Right? Yeah.
And the history, all those histories are well documented, right? just gotta wonder, how simple is our people, or how simple is people, not to believe the facts, right? Because there are books and documentaries out there that document these things, even to the so-called Chinese, or Ak was talking about, the shoguns, the samurais, that was us, was Israelites,
But then what samurai mean? I mean, I can't remember. You get the heavy meaning, samurai. You get dictionary on your phone app?
Yeah, kind of. Oh, I got the internet.
You look up the word samurai. You could look it up. You get a piece of that?
2 Corinthians 4,
Verse 3.
verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Yeah, if the people who can't see it, alright? I mean, they are lost.
Khan.
Continue.
It says, in whom the God of this world have blinded their minds of them which believe not.
And who is the God of this world? Who is the ruler of this kingdom?
Esau.
We saw Edom.
Yeah.
Are we blind their minds with different theory, philosophy, indoctrination?
Yep.
You know? Blind them with Christianity, blind them with the history. You see the school system he used, to blind them. So that's why they can't see. They can't see past this war. They can't see. Our people can't see themselves as royalty. You see, the farthest that they could see themselves is equal with Esau, Edom. That's why they're saying that, hey, we want equal rights. We want to be equal. No, we don't want to be equal. Right? I don't want to be equal. And I show these brothers and brothers around the world don't want to be equal. We want to be the rulers and kings over you.
That's right.
We want to break you. We want to be a master and you a slave. Because that's our rightful place.
That's right.
Right?
As he was meant to be.
God.
It says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded their minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
See? You can't get this knowledge because he's so stuck up in their mind. You know that that's why they come against us. When you tell them that they are royalty, they're telling you no. What about the white man? What about the Edomites? They could be saved. Sometimes you have to forgive. The scriptures say you not forgive Esau, wouldn't get repentant.
Yep.
You know that Esau wouldn't. Right? The scriptures say that.
To say recompense to them what they give to us. So why should we forgive them? And the scripture say give them double their portion.
Khan.
It says, for we preach not ourselves, but the Mashiach, Yahushai, the other one, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahushai's sake.
Get it.
This is definition, the actual definition of samurai. It says, the warrior aristocrat of Japan. Right? The
history. They got the history on it.
But I use it Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Yeah, Wikipedia, they got another extra. They say define it a little more.
Nothing else?
Just with the but, like Ronnie is saying, right? You get all the coming together stuff, the kumbaya. Hey, it never happened and it will never happen, right? We've been trying to deal with these nations, be friends with these nations for years, right? And it never worked, so why should we continue?
You can't be friends with the enemy.
You can't be friends with your enemy. They said keep your enemies close, right? Meaning keep a close eye on them, but not be friends with them, right?
Yep.
And basically what those jigs that trust in Esau, what they're doing, and this society, what they're doing is actually, trimming their way to seek love, alright? They want to be at peace and friends with everybody.
Let's get anything else? So we're gonna close with that. We want to give our praises to Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahushai,
Bashem Rakadash, Abad Babat,
Abad, Babal.
But
Shalom to the apostles and elders at TMS and all your brothers in the four corners of the world. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.